Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Yay! It is a brand new day. Oh my gosh. Today I have been super active. I was out of bed. I stayed in bed a little bit, so it was like 6:30ish. And then I did some stuff to wake up and started getting dressed while I watched a video. Normally it's around 9 o'clock when I'm ready to go. This was like 7:30. So I'd been out of bed like an hour and I was ready to go. So I have been completely non-time blind today, and so thumbs up for that. It's only noon, and it feels like 2 days has passed, so yay on that. And unfortunately, didn't sleep well. Pain-related insomnia, not as bad as it has been, so thumbs up on that. Past that, though, not a whole lot has been going on. I mean, there's not a whole lot that can. There's been no, threats of violence or anything outside. It's just been a life. And I'm dealing with my heel, and I'm dealing with such like that. Now, I did have a really weird feeling in my chest. Oh, more than weird. Yesterday, I'd had a pain right here. In fact, I still do. I occasionally, when I get a chest pain, it's like right here, in the same range of these fingers. And it's a sharpish pain right there. And I had that all day yesterday. And I have it periodically today. But sharp things like that, so I was out walking, and I was coming home last night, and I felt my heart beating, and my heart did a beat that it really just, it did not feel good. It didn't hurt, but it felt bad. And I had this immediate feeling through the rest of my body. It's like, oh, that wasn't right. And then it washed through and it was all gone. What was that feeling? I don't know. After all, a silent heart attack can feel like a chest muscle strain. Like the chest muscle strains I get through my intercostals on my rib cage, where if I press them, they hurt. And this kind of feels like what happens with just that pain there. But is it? If I went to the OR, if I went to the ER for every time I had a chest pain, I would never leave. I would live there. So I've got to balance, does this pain feel like I'm going to die? Or does this pain feel like I'm going to waste my time if I go to the ER? Because again, if I went and stayed there for every time I had chest pains, I would never leave. One of the other great parts is I am having a lot of problems with nerve compression here. My radial nerve is badly affected. You know where one of the radial nerve things goes? It curlicues down here and into this area. Kind of where I'm having chest pains. And even my poking and prodding at it while I was talking about it, yeah, now it extra hurts there. Which, well, is it the poking and prodding, or am I having a heart attack? I'm not having a heart attack. I hope. I mean, again, I didn't even realize I had the first one. I have no ideas when. And this is the thing. Way back when I was an active alcoholic, in the early 90s, I used to donate plasma so I could get money so I could drink. When they take your plasma, they drain your blood, they centrifuge it, they run it through filters, and then they give you all the concentrates back while they keep the plasma. Plasma is kind of a honey color. It's clear honey amber. Mine looked like milk. And it kept clogging the filters because there was so much fat in it. I don't know how I survived that period of time. I must have had some blood in my fat stream at the time. Hokey smoke. So when could it have happened? Back then, maybe. I remember there was one time when I was using L, S, and D, and I had a pain that went up my jaw, from my chest, up my neck, into my jaw. Didn't last long, and then it was gone. But that's occasionally a heart attack pain. So, yay. So I'm having these pains here, but thumbs up. If I die, then I will just vanish. I'm not going to be able to make a follow-up, so if you never hear from me again, that means I died. If you don't see this video, that means I died. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, though, just talking about that, that's the way life is. There's two other things I want to talk about. One is the video game Wigman, which I would pronounce more Vicman. It's an isometric type thing where you can zoom in, zoom out, but it's one angle, and you're running around as the little guy in the isometric thing, and it's very, very well done. It's a little choppier than I like. It's a newer game, like a couple years old, 2022, something like that. But it looks nice. I mean, you're just a little guy on the screen, but you're fighting things, you're picking stuff up, there's crafting. So it's kind of fun, and I just thought I'd mention that. I can't remember where I picked it up, probably in a Humble Bundle or something, because I rarely buy individual things, but I'm signed up for the Humble Bundle. Yeah, I guess that's what it's called, where once a month at the X number of dollars you get like 10 games, and some of them are complete full things like the game Control, which I'd love to be able to play because I can't do it on this machine. But so anyway, though, the game Wigman, or Vicman, however you would pronounce it, pretty cool. If you look it up on Steam, definitely thumbs up if you like isometric kind of actiony role playing. So thumbs up. Yay. The other thing, I talked about a channel called Stoic Stick yesterday, where part of the joke of it is no matter how ridiculous the subject it appears, it's played for with a straight face. Until I was watching one of the videos where he actually laughed and broke character. Because he was talking about this one person who did kind of incel type behavior and ended up calling up this one person, this one woman, and like threatening to KHM and then be gone if she did not go out with him. And she did, and they got married. And he was like, okay, so you see what you've got to do. When she says, and he just went, okay, no. Do not engage in this kind of behavior. So he broke character there because, yeah, otherwise it was going to be for a joke saying you should do something that you really should not do. So, yeah, breaking character there. So still, good stuff. If you look up Stoic Stick and you like that kind of sense of humor, you know, the most ridiculous stuff played with a straight face, then thumbs up. Very, very cool. And what other thing? I think there was a game that I wanted to talk about, but now I can't even remember what game it was. So I was just quickly calling up my sheet, and, well, aside from really quick couple years back, I guess, I picked up this game Coromon through a bundle for Steam. If you've seen the game Pal World, you know it's a collection game. And for Pal World getting in trouble with Nintendo, some of these other games, like Coromon, you walk through wild grass to catch the wild Coromon. And they jump up and they trade attacks, and you throw your spinner to capture the Coromon. Yeah, it's Pokemon, except legally distinct. I don't know how some of them get away with it, but it's actually kind of fun. It is well done for all that it's goofy. I mean, you become a Coromon researcher. And so you're going out into the wild just to go research Coromon. And again, they're just Pokemon. So, yay. Different in that they use different sounds. And they don't look the same, but there you go. So, but past that, I have just been trying to survive. I've been trying to think about stuff, and so I'm going to ramble on for a tiny bit about one of the concepts behind one of the character types in the solo RPG setting, which is just a layer on the razor's edge, which is part of the inside-outside razor's edge, which is a part of the cosmic horror setting, which is all part of the multiverse, which is part of the greater cosmological setting. Where was I going with that? Ah, yes, because I had been thinking about, on the continent of Karthkog, there are the Hulot, and then there's the Apani, the Habani, and the Orkani. And the Orkani have a much more instinctive connection with both the physical land and the metaphysical land. Now, among them, you can have there are those that will have barely any connection and any connective feeling at all, other than feeling that this is home. No matter where they are on Karthkog, they know that Karthkog is home. The greater your connection, the more you move up in the power structures, and you become a tribal leader, and then regional tribal leaders, stuff like that. Those that have the greatest connection, they can't do any of the governmental stuff because of their feeling. Now, here's where we come to this, because I have said that they can feel stuff out there to determine when something is Ajak, which is weird and dangerous, but it's not darkness. And this layer was formed from equal levels of light and dark. Not good and bad. You can think of it more of order, chaos, but one is not good, one is not evil. It is just two properties. It could have been, uranium and milk, but it's light and dark, and they mix together, forming everything on this layer. Just though, unfortunately, like lead is in our world, in this place, darkness is very sweet. Lead in our world is very sweet. It is very sweet metal. Kids love to eat it. They used to make toys and paint things. They used to make it out of lead and used to use lead in paint. And then children would eat it, and that's bad because lead destroys the human neurological system. And if you're a child and you eat lead, you are destroying the development of your brain, and you will be damaged for the rest of your life. Darkness is like lead in this place. It's very sweet, very seductive. You do wrong things, the land is going to take care of you because things are a balance. And if it gets unbalanced, things start to wobble out of control. So if somebody starts to drink too much of the nectar of darkness, the land is going to take care of them to keep things in balance. These people that can really feel this are the Tashkar. And the way they feel this stuff that's Ajak, things that are Ajak are not light or dark. They are energies from outside of the layer, outside of the universe, outside of the zones of the multiverse that flow around and into and can get into universes. Because it's not a part of their layer, they can't really feel it that way. But if you think of it this way, if you live inside of the layer of a trampoline, if your world is between the outside world here, but you're in the trampoline, you're not going to know what the heck is out there. You're just going to feel things as your world moves and changes. If somebody dropped a huge bowling ball onto it, there would be this big dip, and it would roll to, the lowest common path of least resistance. The people inside would not be able to tell immediately what that thing is, or even if they ever could, but they could tell from what it does to their world, stretches it out downward. Much the same way with these people. When these other energies come in and land and, like on Karthkog, accumulate there, they can feel that like a sharp thing that presses downward on their trampoline. They can't see it, they don't know what it is, but they can see what it's doing to them. They can feel that, and that's what's happening. So in the organic wood, where the little settlement of Nagrod is, where the stuff that I'm doing takes place, yeah, there is the organic, which is very Ajak, but it's not Ajak Ankar, which is even more dangerous. But Ajak, if you look at it as you're going camping, it's dangerous. You can get T-boned and killed and eaten by a bear. But if you're smart, you're likely going to be safe. If something's Ajak Ankar, that's where if you go there, you might have to pay for the rescue when it's done, because they're going to have to get a lot of people, a lot of equipment. It's going to take time. You may be on the hook for a couple, tens of thousands of dollars. If you go someplace that's Ajak Nargai and you call for help, they're just going to say, well, I hope it doesn't hurt to die. We're not coming out there. So that's where, right in the middle of all this, is the little settlement of Nagrod, and everything takes place in there. And the forest is basically the multiverse written small, in that everything that can be on this planet is in a superposition there. There is far too much there for the amount of there that is there. And the amount of there that's there is everything that can happen, past, present, and future, even developments that have not happened and will not happen on this current timeline. So anything can be there. It is extremely dangerous. Things that are Ajak Nargai, you're really taking your life in your own hands. I think I've said before how if you're going to be going to a place that's Ajak Nargai down there, the Orkani will hold funerary services for you because they figure you're not coming back. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, been thinking a lot about them and a lot about a bunch of things, trying to get it all together because this whole setting fascinates me to no end. Yay! Well, son of a gun. I'm going to call this one before it gets too long, because I could ramble on about nothing forever. It is enjoyable, and thank you so much for listening. In fact, if you have listened this far, if you could write skin solutions into the comment section to let both the YouTube algorithm know that people watch the videos, and let me know that people watch the videos. 1 or 2 people do it, and it is appreciated. Thank you so very, very much. It's a lot to ask to watch to the very end. I understand that. No fear. Anybody that does, it is appreciated. Speaking of which, if you are a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful, awesome, wonderful people. If I can get, when I get my new computer, which I'm still waiting for the processing thing on Gofundme to see if they need any more or if they're going to do unfreeze things. It's not a me thing, it's an everyone thing apparently, so yay. But thank you so much. You are beautiful and awesome. If you have left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you as well. I do read and appreciate every non-abusive comment. I get very little abuse, but it happens every once in a while. You just deal with it. But thumbs up and thank you. Each and every comment I do my best to read, comment with my nerve compression, but at least thumbs up and that sort of thing. So thumbs up and thank you. And of course, even though my GoFundMe has the temporary suspension on it, if you could donate, that would be awesome. I am trying to get a new computer. I am not married to the idea of an all-in-one, but if I can find a good cheap one that does what I want and is upgradable, I could do that. the parts and pieces route, I still have to call around and see if there is someone that can put it together with some of the repair places in town, and if so, I could do that. So both ways are good and open. I am not sure which to do yet. I am not married to either idea. Thumbs up for that. Well, son of a gun, I am going to edit, render, upload. I need to call over to the cardiologist here. I finally got an okay from the VA. They sent me an okay. They sent cardiology an okay. I haven't heard anything from the cardiologist, so I need to give him a call and say, hey, can we schedule an appointment now? You know, now that I've had a heart attack and I've at some point, and I'm having chest pains, which again, I am anemic with overly large blood cells that are packed with way too much hemoglobin. You know what one of the side effects of that is? Chest pains. There's also adhesions that you can get of the pleural sac surrounding your lungs. You know what that causes? Chest pains. There's all sorts of things. Life is fun. Yay. Anyway, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. Promise you that. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. Yeah, because I've had chest pains and weird stuff all my life. Now, I am, of course, worried, but I'm not worried. I'm prone to anxiety and stuff like that, so I can't help but be worried. But this is just a thing. Talk to you later. And I mean it, too. I don't plan on just kicking off here.